In this video I will talk about Sarms, Cardarine, YK11. Is Sarms count as a supplements? Are they cancerogenic? What else can be cancerogenic? Diet can be cancerogenic. Stay with me, I will try to explain to you about Sarms. Recently I've done video about supplements in general, and in the end of that video I talked about Sarms. Then I had few comments, and one of the comment was very interesting. I will read the comment and then I will answer on some of the questions. My disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertaining purposes only. I don't suggest you taking Sarms, I don't advise and I don't recommend taking Sarms. It's just for entertaining purposes only. I'm sorry, I like your channel, and assume you are an excellent coach and nutritionist, but I don't understand your commentary on Sarms as a supplement or even at all. I didn't say that the Sarms it's a supplement, but then when we Google word supplement, what the supplement is the thing that added to something else in order to complete or enhance it. So it's kind of supplement. So you add to your food, your training, you add to your overall diet. So it's not the same as supplement if you would take I don't know, complex vitamin B, or if you take vitamin D. It's a different form of supplement. Next one, they are drugs, plain and simple. Yes, I have no doubt they are drugs. That's right, plain and simple. Just like a steroids and developed to be or for medical purposes. Yes, some Sarms are actually benefit some people, but then they have to consider side effects. That's why they're probably not approved by FDA. Then he said, maybe a supplemental option in training like steroids, but again, there are drugs and research chemicals compounds with very little to no studies on human. I didn't see any studies on human, but what I know that a lot of bodybuilders take them and I see the results, and some people talk about the side effects. That's all I know. I know roughly about the studies that's done on rats, but we cannot compare these to human. So rats, human, it's completely two separate. YK11 is a popular Sarm in my country, but nothing less in physical chemical makeup than a steroid. Okay, let's have a look about YK11 Sarm. YK11 Sarm, it's very popular. It inhibits myostatin, which unlock your natural bodybuilding potential. I read some studies about YK11, and what it does, it helps you to build muscle mass quickly, week by week. What I read about YK11 Sarm, it's very similar what it does to LGD, because when you take LGD you gain muscle mass quicker as well. So when you take LGD you are gaining muscle mass quicker, but you still have to work hard. Relying on Sarms, it doesn't matter what kind of Sarms, YK11 or LGD, you still need to work hard. YK11, it's very similar to LGD. That's in my opinion what I read. Some of the studies claim that YK11 Sarm can make you gain muscle mass every week. Strength will also increase rapidly. When I took LGD and Ostarine, my strength increased rapidly, and I was able to gain lean muscle mass, plus I was very strong. And on top of this, I was able to train longer and very hard. My each training session was harder than the last time. Some studies say that taking YK11 can increase your muscle mass up to 10 pounds over 6 weeks. But I think you will get the same from LGD. I don't know, I never take YK11, I just presume. What I read, it's very similar to LGD if you take LGD and Ostarine. Quite similar. So next, Cardarine is something you mentioned in your last video on SARMs and was abandoned in studies because carcinogenic and caused cancer in rat studies, which are the only documented study on it. Okay, let's have a look on my Cardarine research. So what I read, in 2007, GW501516 had completed 2 clinical studies, and the studies related to obesity, diabetes, dyslipidemia and cardiovascular disease. But GSK abandoned further development of the drug in 2007 for reasons which were not disclosed at the time. It later emerged that the drug was discontinued because animal testing showed that the drug caused cancer. But then in 2008, Beijing Olympics, that GW501516 could be used by athletes as ergogenic performance enhancing drug, but was not currently controlled by regulation or detected by a standard test. According to a clinical trial conducted on 13 obese men who had a high body fat percentage, high levels of belly fat and unhealthy lipid profile, just 2.5 milligrams of Cardarine every day reduced LDL and triglycerides and fatty acid. I will add the link at the description below so you can watch the video. It will be a very useful video for you. What I think that some people can completely destroy their health by doing things like, as I mentioned, smoking, drinking, taking other drugs, and they seems fine. Cigarettes highly cancerogenic. Some people can smoke at the age of 94 and do the normal things, and some people get lung cancer. It's just some people good at fighting with free radicals than others. It's kind of hard to explain why some people abuse their health and come out all right. Then at age of 50 they start living a normal life, and in fact start living a healthier life than there was before. But up to the age of 50 they would use all sorts of drugs under the sun, and they would drink too much, they would use too much of everything that can cause cancer, and nothing beat them. And some people use a little bit and that's it. So it's very hard to say that Cardarine can cause cancer. Yes, it does cause cancer, but there is lots of other factors can cause cancer too. So then he said, I have tried it as well as your other listed. It may help you in cardio and energy in workouts, but that's something to promote with studies and risk in it. Yeah, there are risks. There are risks with everything. Anything you do, there are always risks. Taking SARM, that's you taking a risk, and not doing any exercise, you taking a risk. Not eating healthy, you taking a risk. So you'll pay later on in life. If you don't eat healthy now, then eventually your liver will say, you know what, I'm fed up of you. You're not looking after me, and I'm not going to look after you. Some people indulge with sugary drinks and sweets and thinking it will be okay. Then they develop diabetes. That's risk. So in the beginning they said probably it's okay, I eat whatever I want, but they will have to pay later in life. Even taking SARMs, you will have to agree with the side effects. The same as eating too much donuts. You'll pay off later because there will be a side effects. So if you use SARMs, which is anyone's personal choice, and I don't care about anyone else's choices, you are not a natural athlete, and if tested for anything, you'll be suspended or banned from your participating sport on top of the health concern. Yes, that's right, you'll be banned for the sport you are training for. But then when it comes to a health concern, you can have a health concern if you eating crap. People don't give a shit what they eat because they don't care till one day. People don't give a shit if they're training or not. They're not training, they're not doing any exercise because they say, I don't have a time. But then when one day, when the health crisis knock at the door, they will have to find time, money, and lots of time for doctors and lots of money for medication. They will have to find time. If you don't have a time now to look after your health, then you will have to find time in the future. So here again, you can, there's a side effect. So you indulge now, you'll pay later. Same with SARMs. You get the easy fix, even though I say it's easy fix. It's not easy fix. It doesn't matter what kind of SARMs or steroids you take. You still have to work hard in the gym. You still have to look what you eat. If you want to build lean muscle mass, you have to watch what you eat. Taking SARMs or steroids will not make you magically muscular. It doesn't work like this. I mean, currently I don't take any SARMs. Training with like natural, so protein shakes, my normal diet, some supplements like omega-3, EAA, BCAA, and like normal supplements. I don't take Cardarine, Ostarine. There is a little bit at the back of my mind saying that will give you that kick. But then I didn't like how I lost everything after my trial. When I tried Ostarine, LGD and Cardarine plus SR9009, it did give me like a bunch of energy. I was powerful in the gym. I could train for longer. I lift heavier. So it does give me this kind of a kick. But then when you stop taking everything, you feel crap. You just feel depressed. You feel this kind of, it starts with mild depression and then it hits you on a third day with a big depression. So that's when I think like this, I don't want to take it anymore. But then like today when I was in the gym, so I've done my cardio in the morning, my 1 hour of bike, it went back to normal of, oh, the hour goes so long, it's just too long. Whether when I took Cardarine with SR9009, wow, the cardio just flew. I could go on and on and on and on. When I did weights was just easy. Recovery, well, that's what I like. Recovery was easy. When you don't take any SARMs, for example, I've done weight training session on Monday and today is Wednesday. So I've done weight training session on Monday for glutes, legs, basically lower body. I'm still in pain. The recovery takes longer with a natural supplement. When I was training today upper body, I know I'm gonna be in pain tomorrow, especially after tomorrow. The recovery will take much longer. My lower body will recover, I don't know, maybe a week. It takes too long without SARMs. But then you don't have a side effects. Like today when I done shoulder exercise, and it was bloody hard. It was so hard. I took that 7.5 kilo dumbbell. It felt like I took 15 kilos. But then when I was on SARMs, I took 12.5 kg dumbbell and I've done 15 reps. Felt like I could do more. But that's how people get injuries, because when you're on SARMs, you think you become like a monster, you can do so much, then you get injured. But when you don't take SARMs, the weights, it's dramatically reduced because you don't feel that strong anymore. I don't know, that's how it worked for me. I couldn't lift that much, what I could on SARMs when I took them. So there are good and bad sides. When you take SARMs, you become stronger, you become you gain lean muscle mass. Yes, you do have good sides, and then you have bad side to it. That's obviously it's cancerogenic, and obviously it's not good for your liver. But then smoking too much is not good for your liver. Drinking too much not good for your liver. Being on a sun too much is not good for the liver. It's just so many other things you can think is not good for the liver. Actually, doing gardening sometimes not always good for your liver, because you breathe all this dust. When sometimes your neighbor burn the leaves and you breathe in the smoke, that is terrible for the liver and lungs. That's the highly cancerogenic. So if you think like this, beats there, then we get free radicals, cancerogenic stuff every day, and our liver have to filter it and get rid of them. I know when you use SARMs, you cannot call yourself, yes, I'm doing natural, but now I can see people who use SARMs. I just can see it. And you know how many people say, no, I'm natural. People just don't admit they use SARMs. They like to call themselves natural, but taking SARMs, it doesn't make you natural. Yes, it speed up the process. That's what SARMs do. It speed up the process of gaining muscle mass. And yes, you are stronger than if you're not taking SARMs.